tracks on
Lotus,
KO.
the KO, but they're doing KO
So,
and Gecko. Yeah,
this is
break this
the
down.
Sentinels
To
comp,
me,
but
it
with
looks like, I'm thinking
but
it's
with
gonna have to be pretty
with the
active.
Sova.
Like, you can't just
So
really
I imagine
sit
they have a
around.
lot of the
They have
Sentinel stuff.
good
Actually, I take it
explosiveness on the
completely
attack
back.
side.
They got a
Now,
KO in here as
my
well.
concern is for their defense. They're starting defense
There's
with
a-
the KO, with the Neon,
We have
with
a
the Gecko,
Neon?
and they don't really have a
The
whole
fast
lot of
showers?
stall utility.
They
have a
okay,
lot
so we
of
have double
flashes and
KO,
stuns, and they're
Gecko,
gonna have to really leverage
Yoru.
that with a lot of trap
This is
plays
kinda
and
weird.
early aggressiveness.
Yeah, I think I'm very excited to see Minibu's performance here. I think that the attack has to be extremely strong for
I
them.
still think they're going to steal a lot of the Sentinels. I think they can steal a lot of the Sentinels Yoru tech. Probably just a lot of the macro stuff, to be honest.
Thank you so much, Yinsu, and our wonderful analyst desk.
You can just handpick the rounds and then put other people in different places for sure.
1-0 as they step into FUT's map pick of Bind. The other surprise, like the desk highlighted, Minibu is now the Yoru on the server. CNET swapped roles.
He was like, I like a little bit of that Neon. He was going, I liked a little bit of that Yoru. And now they're just
Yeah.
taking each other's places.
That is actually pretty
I
funny.
think it's interesting that clearly
You
FUT
just
have gone
swap
hard into the Gecko.
swap the
I
duelists.
want to see how many maps they're actually running this on. Because we've seen it in the past on this map, but the fact
Okay,
that
FUT
both
on
teams
defense,
ran it
Heretics on
the first one,
attack.
it makes it that little bit more exciting. And I am excited
So
to
we
see
get
what
to
sort
see
of
the
trap
Yoru
plays
on
and what sort of
attack. See,
aggression
single
they're
Yoru
gonna
on
have across
attack.
this map.
I
For
think
now,
they're
at
going to
least,
struggle on
a
attack
little
here.
early peek coming out
I
from
think they
Mr.
should be
Farley
struggling
over
to get
towards
into
B long.
sites.
And actually, he's going to go walking.
Some space.
At least have double flash to get through the util.
TP going to be used. It's a fake for Minibu being up close, trying to tempt any sort of spams through that smoke. Nice paranoia. Great work by Atacap.
Oh my.
Many blinded players, but Minibu must just have been fading for him. Nice snake bite down on the floor. It's
My
caught a
God,
few.
this
Will
flash
Tactic
was the
swings out
one.
wide for a double. Boo on
Yeah,
another.
cracks
Leads FUT
straight away
way
for a 1v3
behind.
here.
It's only cracks.
And
One
Heretics might
versus
win their
three.
first pistol.
No info of where these players are. He's got every corner to clear and not enough time to clear him.
Wait, what?
All shots.
That's going to be himself. Mr. KO, but unfortunately, slight spoiler. He's going to go down.
That was a massive,
Either way,
massive spoiler.
1-0. Heretics again. But you have to bear in mind they didn't win either of the pistols in the last map and still won the map, which, as we've already mentioned in the past, normally you're looking at like an 80% chance to win the map if you manage to get yourself both pistols. So the fact they've now got off to a flyer of the start, the fact that, again, it just seems like a lot of these supportive flashes out of the side of Heretics have been fantastic. Clearly pumped up and ready to go. This defensive side of FUT, not off to a flyer.
Right, in terms
It's
of
not
the
gonna be much
overall
invested into this
pistols,
one
we're sitting
whatsoever.
here. We'll keep an eye on that one. Recon over towards Showers, Insta
We
gets
talked
shot,
about Heretics last map,
and
sort of
Heretics
needing to start out
going
hot,
for
and
the
they
old
warmed up pretty quickly. Moving into
FPX.
this
We'll
map,
call it
no
Na'Vi
signs
because
of
that's the
slowing.
team that
FUT
they are now.
Pistols, all classics bar one, the upgrade on CNET.
Trying to keep 3 guns into
Professor
this.
himself. Now, this guy's been able to hit a set of wonderful shots so far in this map. Historically, yeah, he's the guy you'd give it to, but yeah, it's a big task for anyone to take home. Not even shields on their back. I'm curious about a lot of the utility we're seeing in play for Team Heretics as they move on through this attack side. I think Minibu must
Do
have some
they
crazy
even
attempts
check
to
it?
Map control at
Hello?
a captain and cracks.
Lovely.
They had their own attempt.
Freebies.
They tried to move up.
Keep
to
an eye on the
map
Viper.
control instead,
Viper
bullet
might
to
get
the
a
back,
kill here.
and the
Looks
plant on the A
like
side.
Range is on top of it, but we'll see.
See already. Mr. Farland going wandering, maybe to try and isolate the duel on the player that just managed to take out a couple of his teammates. And he may just get that chance, but Boo is more than aware. As I said, he has been fragging like crazy in the last map, top fragger, alongside his baby brother. Now, well, he might even be able to go in for an
Yeah,
ace.
this is
Only
nice.
one
An
man
early
remaining.
Astral.
Unfortunately, he is absolutely nowhere near where Boo is going to be coming from. Mini Boo, though.
Oh
he's
my
still even gonna be
goodness.
able to find the shot. CNET still
Okay, and
evidently.
Benji should just be picking up
Benji's
the
gonna be
gun.
there to close out the round.
Really
2-0
sure
for
he's running that
Heretics.
way.
A clean one at that.
And we get a
But now we
full
get
buy
into the
pretty much for the
nitty-gritty,
bonus
the
here, so
Good to see Boo already
solid
off to a
chance
flying
for
start,
Heretics
hitting those
to
shots. You know, this is a guy
get
that
off to a really, really good start.
had a hell of a good first map. While IGL on this squad, he is leading from the front, but the reality
Man,
is,
Boo is
when I
Who's
see
the
him swap
heaviest?
over
Who's
off
the
of
heaviest
Omen,
fragger in
I
this
have
team at the
question marks.
moment?
I love to
5-0, he was outrageous the last map.
Agent, and someone like Astra just doesn't give him the same sort of abilities typically, at least solely looking at his utility belt. It doesn't give him that same ability to duel and to take fights as before. It removes him from a lot of action. But that's fine, because he's 5-0 right now, so he's involving himself.
It's much more like a hard lurk. Your utility needs to be held from a distance, and communication is almost key.
Wait, that recon is legit with the flash.
Pressure at the moment that
Yeah, but they only know one is showers.
Managed to eliminate him, and the rest of the squad still looking for that space.
Oh, wait, did they know that? Okay, they know there's 2 showers because Viper got scanned.
Every single fight that's put in front of him. Still, though, the majority of the defense is just waiting. An attempted plant here, definitely not going to be easy.
While this is going on, Attas decided to get a little bit aggro.
Who feels
I say
like
a
the
little bit.
duelist on
He's
the other side, certainly the top
over towards
fragger of Heretics, and they're worried about Boo, about where he's going to come from and when.
As we can see, if they decide to take the TP, they've owned it.
Hold on, he's about to be challenged. The swing just
Ow,
to come
Boo
through.
wins
Boo
every
easily
duel.
wins it. This guy is just looking unreal. He didn't even take a hit there. I waited.
What
in
is
case
the timing
hook
on
was slow,
this?
but no, 150
Unlucky
HP
on that
still to
one.
work with, but he's got more to
Benji.
do. Kill after kill needed from Boo. Another
The
chance,
lovely
but this
flash
time,
from Atta
his
as
luck
well.
finally runs out.
Lovely flash, and Boo actually gets taken
Unable
down.
to
Raid boss.
Get themselves into position, into the
They did good
afterplant
damage.
because of that FUT. Eventually, are able to isolate those fights. It is unusual that you manage to see that ult come through to try.
What about Woot?
give them at
You
least
got
a
to be
little bit of extra
18 to
space,
play in
but it's the fact that they
BCT,
had that
and
flank.
it's not his
I think that
birthday
was the main
until
factor, that Hannah Captain
some
being
like
able to come in
mid-March.
from behind just
So
caused
they
them so many
play
issues, not having that lurk as
kick
they
off
did in the
with
prior
Patty
round.
Tech.
Even still, though, it is going to be another purchase coming in for Heretics. No real struggle at all. In fact, they've got plenty of finances to play with. And on the other side of things, Mr. Fallen, well, the thing is, he's already down
my
to
goodness,
a judge.
Prius.
And I was thinking, okay, well, maybe he'll be in hoop.
Where are we going? Guys, get us in game.
Lamps and CNED, his defense has... It's been an off.
Guys, surely someone's
And he's been
noticed.
dead within the first few seconds of almost every single round.
Surely someone's noticed. There we go.
Okay, we're back. And it looks like we've...
Well,
you know, we
CNED got
to see
taken
a
down
nice
over
aerial
towards
angle of CNED
over
falling.
towards
He's not had a
B
lot of fun
long.
in those early duels,
Decided to
Tom.
go
You know, his
aggro.
Yoru
Don't
certainly got him
exactly.
up close.
I
It got
imagine
him
it was a
involved.
KO flash
His
through
Neon, it's done the same, but
smoke,
he's not
but-
involved in the way he wants to be. Losing a few of these, giving Heretics the advantage, losing a faster rotator player as well. But really, it's just this man's aim that we're looking for. It's his prowess individually. Now out of the server, someone else has to step it up. Cutting through.
Again, actually...
Does he try and TP away?
Maybe trying to bait for the
No,
fact that
okay.
Captain's in this corner,
Speaking
but
of
the
TPs,
fact
they
is I
go all
think
the
they
way
spotted
through, and we
enough
did have an
players to realise
over-rotate. Mr.
there's
Fallon
nobody
decides
on
to
the
push
anymore.
all the way
They've
down,
heard
so they
the
need to be
TP,
careful with
they've
this
heard
one,
the
but the
players on
orb will
their
get
rotation,
Yoru,
and now maybe he's
and
gonna
we are
use
going
that
to clear the
dimensional drift
whole of
just to find
sight.
out every single
And as
piece of
long as
information.
Benji Fishy just
And
carries on
almost to the fact
focusing
that,
on the
okay,
flank,
they're only
you
just
would
making
think that
their
this
way
should
back
be an
in. He's
okay
actually
round
gone
for them.
back around
Okay, that's a
behind
lovely
him. He's
shot.
even spotted the player in heaven. Is he actually going to go for this? He does.
Oh,
But Yadaji
that
is
might have
quick
been,
enough on the trigger to give the man
that might have
advantage
been too
now
much.
over to FUT.
Well, that 4 versus 3, certainly a lifeline provided for FUT.
They got
with
no
an
map control.
overextension from
Someone
this
has to
attacking
frag out.
side. They haven't got a lot of control either. 2 players trapped inside a lamp, swinging out wide. Good kill for Boo. He just keeps on hitting shots. Finally, he falls, but Patatek's good for the trade. Flash still to play with, and he'll catch the kill. No need to swing. Benji Fishy's gone running. Thought maybe the defuse was being stuck. Now the 1v1 forces Patatek in an uncomfortable situation.
Wow,
needs to just
Patatek
stop
has
being defused.
absolutely
Flash goes out,
played
swing
it
is
to
in.
perfection.
And the captain taps yet again. Here's the final swing, the final fight.
God
And
round.
Patatek comes out
Yeah,
on top.
big time to step
It's
up.
already looking like a much different player
standing.
being put onto the KO. Obviously, the main reason he's come in as a
Made
substitute
loads of
is that
sound,
depth
making
of
it
agent.
look like he was running
can
through
play
the
an
smoke,
initiator,
so
he
they
can
had to
play a
get off
smoker,
after it was
he
half.
can play a duelist
Baited
if you
him
need
out,
it be.
and then just
And
never
right now,
peeked after.
I
Good
feel like
flash as
he's almost
well.
a mix of the initiator and
Man,
the
he
duelist.
really,
5-1, right up
he
there
really went
alongside
out with
Boo.
just no util.
And wow, this was
Madness.
around the
A
again,
reformed
I feel like
cat
with the
boy
early
with the
start,
9
they
months.
probably
Thank
should
you,
have
thank
taken it,
you.
but it did come down to those clutch
Wait, you
plays
changed,
from him.
okay. You
3-1
changed your
in the
name
lead.
to that?
Again, we're looking at a similar scenario to the defense of the last map. Where
Man, Weber's
FUT are
kind
able
of
to
chill
get
there.
themselves onto the
Nilzinho,
board, but they're unable
intense
to
is a nice
convert
flash. That is a
anything more than
high
an
omen
individual
flash,
one.
though, on top of
And
this.
again, CNED, well, I feel
Yeah,
like they're just
and
expecting
a
at this point. You know
lovely
what? Okay,
recon.
within the first 15 seconds, CNED's going to run at us. This is the first time he's actually got
5
anything.
HP?
He's still
He's
fighting
5
with
HP.
5 HP.
No, don't go back out
You
there.
got 5 HP, you crazy guy.
I mean, we talk about spraying through smokes with a Vandal. I mean, this is a little bit worse. It's just
Sinex
a
with the
laser.
prime,
I
thank you
wonder
for the
where
4
he is.
months.
That big blue
And they
point
group
is
up and they
probably gonna give
3-person
that one
push,
away.
and Patty can maybe have another
Well, he's
impactful
regrouped
round.
with his teammates now,
Uh-oh.
5 HP. Let's see what he can do. Maybe just
Oh, boy.
draw their eye, be a distraction. Patatek had no idea there were players this close. Now a real challenge for him, and it's seen it.
That's a 5
The
HP
final
trade, and he
warrior
now
to
gets
pick
his
up
gun
that
after his
frag,
ult is
move
run out.
down,
Please
recover
tell me he's
rifle.
going to give the gun to someone else.
The rotation's on the way. He must.
Oh
Okay.
no, a shorty.
I
Oh,
can
we
see
we know how this one ends, right?
Shorty up close.
Please don't walk
is
in there.
ratty from Mr. Fallen. But again, there must be an
It's an eco.
expectation there from Heretics.
You don't want to walk in there.
Again, they've struggled against these pistols once or twice throughout
Oh
the
my
game.
goodness.
Benji, though.
Well,
It looked like
that was not how I thought this was going down.
Mr. Farley not quite quick enough.
Yeah, just a little bit faster
30
on the
seconds
trigger.
left.
But look at this position from Boo. He's been so good in aim duels.
Yeah,
so he
bro, this
tries
guy
to
wins
force
every
them
aim
into
duel, I'm
fighting
telling
him.
you.
CNED
Lost
stuns
like
won't
one.
land. He's been revealed and he's 5 HP, rifle in hand. 1 versus 3. Most people would save. Everyone else would save.
Damn,
CNED
look at
will
him
not.
go.
But he goes down. And it's all right because they can come back into the next. But 4-1, the lead starts to slip out of FUT's hands. They were in this very same position on the previous map. It looked like the series was in the bag when we saw this bracket published. And yet here we are. They are by far looking like the
Optimus,
weaker,
yes,
well,
they
not
do.
by far, by a couple rounds. But so far on this map, there's not a lot to write home about.
I think especially when you consider
Saturn, I think so.
That's the thing.
the main
This
thing.
is
think so.
incomprehensible to me coming into today.
No. Yeah, it shouldn't have
10-2.
be going this way based on
I mean, Boo is
what we've
10
seen
and 2.
prior.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just-
No matter
Instant
hope
KO,
you had for
and FUT
Heretics,
decided to do something
maybe
aggro, and there's been a
you're
lot of
Spanish
aggro
master with
strats
the
at the
Heretics
moment.
jersey.
They decided
I
to
don't
send
think you
Cena down
expected Boo
towards
to just
short,
be out fragging
and
everyone in
honestly,
this server.
there were
Either
4
way,
people and only one person
fantastic
over
start,
towards B,
fantastic first
and
map, and
Heretics
already
have
in on the plan.
completely
They don't have any abilities to play with because
owned it with this round, you would feel
Cracks,
like. We have,
because of
dude
Patrick
is
now,
so
they don't have
far
any on the
back
other side as
towards
well.
spawn, I guess
Either
because
way,
there's a
Thrash
neon.
Thrown through. FUT are expending a lot into this round.
Flooded
to try and get
towards the
something done.
site.
The fact is, though, still yet
3
to find the
people
kill.
elbow.
Ooh, just ran out of ammo at the wrong moment. Patatek could have been down, but Boo and Patatek have fallen in the end. Mini Boo to follow Benji. Fishy's out of the game. Rian's trying his
And there's
best.
so many walls.
Rian will be done.
So many walls.
Nothing
Okay,
to be
nice
found.
retake from them.
A good
But,
resurgence from FUT. Obviously, it did take a
Honestly,
few
if
ultimates
I'm
to be thrown
Heretics
in.
here, I'm
It wasn't like
kind
they
of
just
thinking it's
got back
okay.
into that side
They
with
just
nothing, and
had just a
again,
solid
throughout this
retake
game
with
so
these 2
far, I have
ults.
been liking that pace from Heretics, switching it up quite regularly. This is the problem, though. You have to bear in mind.
Does
the
force
last
them down
rounds
to an
weren't
eco though, so
particularly clean. Even with the couple of kills
definitely
in the
worth.
one, and then you obviously have Patatek clutching things out. Their finances are not great. You got Rian's looking to buy him with a rifle here. Patatek with a stinger. After what I saw Ada Captain do, maybe, just maybe, there's some sort of belief to be had in that weapon. But fact is, this when you're 4-1 up, going 4-2, this is not the buy you really expect to see from the attacking side.
No, a few more weaknesses there than you'd even want to dream of. Boo.
Oh,
A big
nearly.
weakness,
23
23
HP.
HP after an early spam. And you know what? I do feel like that angle, at least, there's a bit of karma owed towards FUT. CNED gave his life there a few rounds in a row. Finally, they're finding success.
Hey, with the knife, they...
That wall drop. 2
A nice
players
trade,
out
to be
wide,
honest.
Pistols in hand. I thought it could have been a disaster, but instead, it's worked out for the attacking side. If they can keep it down to those 1-on-1 trades,
Yeah,
that's
no, they get a
fantastic,
free
but the
plant
health
with this
is
one.
starting to dwindle on their
Oh,
side.
boy.
That Viper's Pit could save them a
Look
lot
at
of
Boo,
trouble.
by the way.
Yeah, this
Boo
is
is
one of the only things I think
miles away.
potentially bridge the gap of what is the weaker
At least they know for sure that no one pushed behind, so they don't have to worry about
it's
that.
actually going to be used by Rians to try and just maybe get them something through that pit, but already Ana Captain is going to remove Panatek, leaving them with a disadvantage.
Well, the
More
recon's
util
great.
thrown in off the back of the
Yeah, the
paranoia,
recon
but
was
Rian's
great
still
here.
standing strong.
Viper's
Another for
still
him,
alive. Benji's
leading
played
it
this
into
well.
that
Can he get
2v2,
back
and
into the
Benji
ult?
has
He's
dipped
actually
out
looped
of the
around
pit,
him.
Just trying to buy that extra little bit of time. Needs to take
Damn.
down the wingman who's already on it. And now it's all left on to just one man, Mr. Fallen, to try and find anything. It is already half of the peak has to come through, but Benji,
The eco,
again,
they had
will
one
help them
hero
take
gun.
home a round that, I'll be honest, they shouldn't have.
Boo went down to 23 health at the start of that. He was still alive at the end of the round in the 2v1. You know, and a valuable
5
extra
rounds on
person
attack.
to have. Otherwise, maybe you just tap that, swing that player and lamps. You know, it really does have an effect. His impact on this series could be studied so far. And
Last bullet on that.
be happier to see a man succeed than this guy. And Benji Fishy, well, he also takes it. The 3 kills.
How's Benji been playing? Dude, it's actually like a roller coaster with Benji. Definitely rounds where I feel like he should have done better, and rounds where he's gone like above and beyond. I actually have no idea what type of Benji I'm going to get into the round, to be honest.
Very passive, very patient, really controlled in their positioning in the form of Benji and Boo. It was well played, but again, it's a round where you're looking at it from their perspective and going, okay, they have one
high
rifle,
highs and
use
low
the
lows.
Viper's Pit, and FUT didn't really seem like they could do anything. And this is the attack side of Bind right now. This is looking rough for FUT.
They're gonna TP.
Oh,
T-Bone.
boy.
They've done it all the way through. A crazy play by
Nothing's
Mini Boo.
going-
He's not finding
nothing's
anyone.
going well
The
for him.
rest of the squad's just dying all around him.
No
Ooh,
way.
yeah, easy peasy. I mean, I thought
Nothing
it was
is
a ballsy play
going
for
well
Mini
for
Boo
them.
to just go behind them, but in the end, he's still just stood there, holding the same angle. While the rest
14
of Heretics
HP,
cleaned up the
46
fight,
HP from
leaving
both
it
of these
down to
duels as
just
well.
Mr. Fallen and
Oh
Ada
my.
Captain. Just
Lovely shot.
No,
Add
not
a
again.
captain with a
This is
sheriff.
it. They did this before. A 2v4 scenario. All they had was pistols to play with, and somehow they managed to
He
take
could,
it home. If they do it back to back, we'd
Oh my.
just have to give them the props they
Okay,
deserve, but
nicely,
not this time.
nicely done from the Boo
Heretics are
brothers
not
once
gonna
again.
allow them away back in.
Was just
6
an
rounds
eco
already
though.
of attack.
So
That's a very good half already.
feels like
for
FUT needed
Heretics.
timeout.
They are starting to run away with this, and
all of their
I almost
aggro
wonder
stuff
when a pause
with
comes through for the side
Neon
of FUT,
hasn't really
because
been
this is
working,
getting out of control.
and
It really is.
Boo
And
is
a
a
conversation we're having
nightmare.
backstage
Boo's either
with
getting
some
a
of the
trade all the
French
time,
casters
or he's just
is
late
about
lurking,
the
getting so much
pauses
information
that
so they don't
FUT
have to worry.
pulled through in the start of the previous map. About did it slow down their momentum? At that time, I thought it was pretty reasonable because they had some sloppy rounds. They saw those signs that
12
things
and
weren't going
3,
the way
he's
they
not
wanted them to,
dying.
and so they just take a moment to regather themselves.
Viper on short.
Surprising that they've decided not to go for it whatsoever. Instead,
Knife goes
plowing
in
forward.
to see
Maybe
if
that
anyone's
speaks
pushing.
to
They
faith in
drone,
the game plan.
and
Maybe
this
it's
was nicely
Gen J having
done
that
from
Viper's
FUT
pit,
though.
so
The
we don't need to
Viper
discuss too
went
much
out of
else,
the ult
but we'll see.
and
Heretics,
Krax just shot the
what
drone
ideas have
just
you
in
got up your
case.
sleeve? By the way, seeing it off is, I mean,
So no risks
been
from the
avoided
Viper
for
being
now,
taken.
but it could be very, very dangerous.
It's something, well, it's definitely feared by many. You look back to that Champions winning roster, one of the best strats in the game. Steel will tell you, avoid CNED. It's a good strat. You see him, you go the other way. I think the
Damn,
FUT
they're
roster
gonna go
might have
aggro.
a little bit of extra
Oh,
depth.
Boo was not expecting
Well,
it. Yeah,
sleeping at
that's
the wheel.
that.
He
Mr.
was,
Fallen.
That's
he
the
was- he was just looking to be
definition
back.
of just an
Cool.
IGL.
It's
Sometimes you
okay.
get swung
need
when
eye
you're trying to
contact,
work
that'd
out
be
where everyone is on your minimap.
That's it.
And
Definitely not a
yep.
waste of money or investment.
No,
Nonetheless.
cheap too. That's a good thing, you know. So, it's a famously very cheap piece of technology. Now, Mini Boo is trapped in the corner, but does he have a TP somewhere? Is there a gate crash? No. Right? There we go. It's on its way, so there wasn't. Thunder's Fury pulled through, already up close is
Oh.
Mini Boo. Rian's
Wait,
able
this
to
was a
find
nice
one,
hit,
but
to be
Mini Boo's
honest.
surprise attack isn't actually as much of a surprise as he would have
Yeah,
thought.
Atta
Coming
did
off
great
angle,
though.
oh my
Yeah,
God,
Atta and
the
Mr. Fallon
It has
did really, really good on
fallen
this one.
apart for the
And
side
FUT
of Heretics.
might stabilize. They got a lot of ults now.
A better round from them for sure.
Yeah,
FUT
that hit
finally
without the
starting to wake
Astra.
up a little bit. Mr. Fallen getting
I think
himself that
maybe,
little
if
bit
I'm
higher
being
up the
pretty
board, but
critical,
also
I
just having
don't
a
think
very
they
good
should
read
have
in
put
that
the
round.
Silver
They
ult
had the
into it. And I
rotations
think
there quite quickly, the
because when you
initial
lose the
aggression,
when you lose your smoker
successful,
hit, you
and
just probably,
that
especially on
little
your
bit of extra
on your
control
actual
garnered
sight
by
hit,
that
you're just
Viper's pit
done.
allowed them to take a little bit more of a risk. Nonetheless, as I said, 6 rounds is already good for the side of
Yeah, I
Heretics.
can
They
see
are
a world
looking
where
to see
FUT could,
what extra they can get.
manage to get us
Dimensional
back to
drift
6-6.
available to try and
They get the
cause that
op
little bit
out.
of
They have
extra havoc,
some
but
good ults, especially
they
to
do have
retake.
CNED with the overdrive available. And more importantly, the Thrash will be very useful if this comes down to a retake.
The captain's wise to get out of there. TP, I think, even third of the side of Heretics. They want nothing to do with long anyways. Denying the control early, maybe seeing if there was some free space to be
Every
taken.
single smoke.
But they'll slow it down.
Every single
afterwards,
smoke
and
got used
they
towards long
faked me
hair.
out even by starting to walk back away from this angle. But
Knife
calls
over
made,
towards
they'll
short
play
to see if
close.
anyone had snuck
They'll use the
close
drone to
when the wall went
clear
up.
all of these smokes, all these corners, and cleave out that control that they desperately need to make a play. Benji lurking on the other side of the map, and I like this. Will they suspect it? Or will they be caught by this bombardment that's soon to come in on B?
Who's
I think
next?
they're going to rotate back to A. That's the plan. TP afterwards. You
This
see where they
is
go.
nice.
Oh,
3
there's
people here.
so
Do they
much
take the
info.
TP?
He's definitely seen 2 players. If he's seen
Yeah,
you go.
3 people here.
cracks at the
TP.
back of the site, that's so much information, but there's a
Okay,
reason
Benji
they're
needs to
stacked
activate
up.
now.
It's CNED on the other side. I said there's
Oh
a reason
my.
you avoid this man. Boo.
Okay,
At least
UTJ on
even
top
while
of
stunned
Benji
up.
as well.
Has been
And
able to take
solid
it
hold
down.
from CNED.
And also, they managed to clear out Mini Boo. This leaves Boo as the last man standing. As said, they showed them 3 players. They had that information. When you have CNED on the other side of the map, you can play with that level of confidence. And I wouldn't be surprised if at some point FUT go, okay, well, there you go. They've already done it. They were like, we need that up back.
I knocked 91
Let's
with
make sure
the
we come for
13
the
months.
next
Appreciate the prime.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds.
Yeah, and this guy does need to just save.
Economic state's not optimal on the side of Heretics. That rifle could help, especially in the hands of someone like
Might
Boo.
be 1 extra jewel here.
So clean. Remember, he found CNED while he was stunned up,
Nah, okay,
jumping
we're
into
good.
the angle. Just one tapped him. I think it was the second bullet, but I'll give it to him, considering this.
We didn't see the first one. And
True.
the replay is
Are
going
niche
to
duelists like Yoru and Neon
we
just
don't-
better on
No,
bind
no,
compared to the
never,
conventional
never.
duelists? See, I don't think so.
This
I feel like Raze
This was
is
clean. I think that's the real
really
benefit
good
of
on
those
this map.
stuns as well. You see, look,
I
they
just
did
think
it
it
up.
excels at
Perfect.
way
You know,
more things, and I
normal
think just
He got the
especially when you're
headshot.
execing
It was
over
exact.
towards
One
B,
bullet killed him. That's
probably
all
the
you need to
only
do. Back home.
kind of duelist I'm feeling confident,
6-4.
apart from maybe
And
a
the
Jet, to
timeout
get
is
actually
called.
out of Hooper and
This one,
some
again, it's a
sight
timeout from
and like out of the
Heretics.
choke
We're
point.
seeing FUT be very conservative with them, but
maybe
they
we'll
did
see
find
some
the
good
2
stuff
rounds
as
in a
well
row,
that'll
so
change my mind.
evidently
But
they
I just
didn't
think
need
that Raze is just so good on this map.
Their
It
defensive
just
side has
excels at
definitely looked a little
everything,
bit
even
rough.
delaying
And
the
that's
plant
thing,
over
it's like,
towards A a lot of the time
I
with the
said on
nade.
this map, my
I say
expectations
nade,
lean
also
towards
double
the defensive
satchel.
side taking it, but I do have to then look at the composition that's available. Like, the comp for FUT is super explosive. Like, you're running a Neon, which defensively, unless you've got an op, or
But
unless
that's
you've
not
got
saying
CNG
that like
running at
these
people,
teams are
doesn't
doing
really have a
anything
mass
wrong by picking
benefit,
these. Like
but then you're
it's
talking
good
about
to have
the
it's good to have your own read on what you want to do.
Like, you've got
And
yourself
again,
the paranoia,
like the
and then
stuns can
obviously
help
the
them with
stuff
map
coming out
control
from
if you're looking
Gecko
at
and KO.
Neon.
Like,
The
there
Yoru's
is so
got the
much
extra
utility
flash.
you're gonna have
Like there's
to
a lot of,
leave
especially
people
against like
blind
double
that
controllers
maybe
that are
FUT have
constant on
actually
this map.
catered further towards the attack
There's
side.
definitely
And you could
advantages
argue the same for the
and
other
like
side
things
as
that
well,
you can
like
do a
having
little bit
yourself
better.
a Yoru, a lot of the time on the defense, okay, you can have those sort of like TP plays, those. I know you have a million different things that you like doing with Yoru,
Slightly
but
different interpretation.
yeah, that's not quite what I meant by TP plays. What he does is
different.
yeah, you know what?
You think
Use
they
the word
missed their
different.
defensive wall on
Mini said
purpose?
unironically offensive.
It's to, so
Yeah, but
it
Mini
is
also
meant
said
to be
that
so they
to
don't
like,
have
I'm good
a
at
gap
the
here,
game,
but
which,
it
so
kind of looks like there
can
is
take
a
that
gap
how
here,
you
so
want.
I'm not
That does
entirely
sort of
sure.
yeah,
I would
it
need to
devalues
like actually run
everything
into
you
the
just said.
corner to see. It might be like pixel perfect where
Find another
this
coach.
guy in this corner wouldn't actually see
Well,
anything.
6-4. Team Heretics.
normally,
they've had a
You
decent
don't
run
do
at
it
the
through the
attack side
TP
so
if you
far.
want to get it like
This is certainly
flush,
a
and then you
bigger
don't have to
challenge.
worry about this
Losing
little
2
angle.
rounds in a row, now
The
down
angle
to
that
pistols.
someone
The
gave me a
rifle
good
in the hands
example.
of
You know,
Boo,
Billy
saved
Billy
over from the
against
previous. This
was it?
is their
No,
best
it's
chance.
G,
You
I
know,
can't
your
really
Astra
remember.
players
We got a
still
double
having
kill
that
from
rifle
sight
might
because of the
raise
gap.
some eyebrows,
Like
but
the best
if you've seen how this guy's
example.
played in the series so far, those eyebrows will quickly settle back into a normal position. Rins on the way with the drone. There's 3 players
Yosemite,
here.
yeah.
It's a standard enough setup. The thing
the
that
one.
worries me as always is CNED's operator. Once that gets
Okay, hero gun for
refocused,
Boo on this one.
be
Patty
in
Tech
big
with a
trouble.
death or a kill, obviously, is going to have KO ult.
They're opting to play into this once again.
Ned still with the
You can
off
see
over
lurk
towards
from
showers, so
Benji.
there's going to have to be a
He
very
might
late
be
luck
pressured
from
in a
Benji.
moment. The TP's through. It hasn't been massively successful. And again, it seems like Mr. Farland's ready for it. Yedajay does well, and while CNED, you mentioned it, eventually he's
just
going to
everyone-
switch his...
Just everyone was dead on this one.
Edit out
One
the first
bullet.
shot,
Can he
guys,
get a
don't
gun?
forget.
I mean, this is
Just the last
actually
one in the
doable.
highlights, thank you.
Does the swing
Appreciate
from
you.
heaven
This
come
is
in
done for
time?
Benji, look a peek about to come in from heaven. He's tucked in. The barrel spot. No, barrel not
30
spotted.
seconds
Crash
left.
doesn't know where he is. Okay. I thought that timing was going to seal his fate, but no.
Can't see the
There's a
minimap.
real
Minimap
chance.
doesn't realize that obviously TPing is incredible.
A chance to maybe try and bait them here. He's picked a spot that if his opponent was still in heaven, timing's going to be absolutely everything, and he makes his way back towards
I mean,
land.
this has some legs.
Moving forward again. The information is going to be garnered because of how quickly they've cleared towards that defender spawn. Benji looking to play back through that smoke, and the info. Oh, it's
I do
just
think
gonna
him getting
grab
knife might
I know
help
he's
him
around
here.
the lamp's position, maybe not how
Ooh,
far
okay.
forward he is, but cracks.
Yeah, because it went over
Gonna be
towards
there
us, so they might be
clear
heavy
out in
focus
the
over
end.
towards
A
lamps.
nice attempt in a round that
It was a nice
didn't
try.
have massively high expectations, but now 6-5. FUT have slowly been climbing their way back into this one. They were looking down and out moments ago.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think good adaptations. Mr. Fallen, I think, even saw the gate crash as it was coming in, so he had a good idea. This was a round where Yoru was going to try that TP. He TPs in, and immediately Mr. Fallen is on his case, taking him down as he emerges from the smoke. Really nicely done, and you can see just looking at that scoreboard, it has been a struggle for Mini Boo to find any of that value. In the rounds where he has successfully TP'd, it's actually just been his teammates.
We
kind
said
of
that maybe they could get it
rolling
back
over
to
the side,
6-6.
winning,
It's looking
and when
alright.
he
The
hasn't,
op
well,
this time. Oh, okay. 3-person. Yeah, they actually go for a fake, but the 3-person push.
Divide thrown in and a
Lovely in the
battle
end
up
for Heretics.
towards
Win out the duel.
that B
And
short
we need to
position.
keep an eye
There
on
was
the
a stack up there,
Yorula.
even still seen
And
it.
that
It's still in
must...
position.
That had to be a hit to win this round.
Almost just avoid him at this point. So much utility being put in onto pressure. They know
Oh,
exactly
it's the
where
Euro
he
clone
is.
still. It's my bad.
Hiding in the back lines. Yedajay has moved
Lovely,
in, but it's not
lovely,
really
lovely
enough.
rounds. Guess, yeah, they went for a
Solid
fake, and then
half and a
honestly,
fast
they just had
response
numbers
from
here.
Team Heretics to get themselves that 7-5 lead.
Yeah, a very confident way to close out that half as well. Just getting in their face, taking those fights. and winning every single one of them.
It was a nice idea from Heretics though. They got a, I mean, they did good to win the duels out here and actually win the trades, but I think the overall plan looked pretty good there. The fake Astro can't hear the footsteps. If you do have anyone close as well, they're gonna hear the Yoru clone and the 2 people running, and then they take a TP.
Scoreboard, Boo still
And then TP away with the Yoru.
16-5, coming out of a very close half, 7-5. That is remarkable in and of itself. I've also much preferred Patatek's look when he's come in now, not on that Viper, where we saw him a couple of times play a little too aggressive in those post plants, be out of position when his team was pushing.
Put Boo on the lurk as well, and Boo's lurk had been phenomenal. So I think
synergized much better.
This map, they still won the last one. Bear that in mind. Oh, instant.
Yeah, and that was a nice shot. And the flash looks good though. It does go behind the wall, so they can peek with it. But that is a nice, looked like a fadeaway.
Immediately gone. It's definitely going to be a little bit more difficult for them to find information other than the 9.
In terms of pistol, this map altogether, my goodness, that's a 2.
CNED was actually sent alone, and now Benji about to be under some serious pressure. I'd be surprised if he won that one. Boo has got to hit the aim labs once again, and he's already been forced back.
Oh,
it's
Boo,
tough.
1
With
HP.
Mini Boo spotted as well. There's no element of surprise. Now it's up to FUT how they dice up this dish and how they
Damn,
deal with
1
it.
bullet
It's
left for that.
looking good. Mini Boo, 3 kills coming in. Now he's on 5, looking a lot better. We're on 6.
TP
in fact.
comes in. Patatek
Sneaky
kind
kill along the way.
of rotated pretty
FUT
heavy, but
turned tail,
can't blame him
moved
too
towards
much.
the other side of the map, but still the full HP player of Patatek.
Okay, and Patty just needs to stay alive as we go for a double flank. And obviously, the majority of the time you're going to hear the TP, so they might not expect it if they start walking early.
Have is they're so low on HP. A couple of tap bullets from CNED, and he knows that someone
He is
come
gonna-
from this position.
It's a
Such
lovely
high
shot,
impact
2
kill
low
as well
HPs.
from Mr. Fallen.
Yeah, he should
And the
feel
thing
like
is,
FUT
just
have
the
owned this.
information of that TB being thrown, they know that the other players have gone towards long. There's nowhere else they could have gone. The fake teleport likely been spotted as well, so they know that everything's coming from the other direction. But that might be the 3rd kill that I didn't expect.
And the
Minibu to
vision
win,
block.
And he somehow has. They're going to hear that play.
Oh my, that's actually a legit unreal round.
Minibu on fire. And what you mentioned is
Yeah, he had a bit of a rough time, and I think that's always going to happen with the solo Yoru on attack, because you're just going to take some risks, get people through. You're the first kind of contact all the time. But, dude, this second shot, 1 bullet.
Look at
This one.
And it's the selection of targets. Now,
Boss
I
man.
think when he swung around, if I'm not mistaken, Yedije was actually in a snake biter. He just tapped it, so not going to make it much easier for him. But still, a remarkable performance. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is.
that reaction kind of sums it up.
Screenshotted from Neil.
Oh, yeah. Neil's relieved. Weber's still sat there going, I can do
Well,
that. I can do that.
double pistol.
Hey, you know, he did pretty well.
Double
last year.
pistol
He
on
was a
this
super
map.
sub.
So Heretics, man. Should expect them to take this, really.
Those
Benji
shots.
gets the
That's
judge
the one,
out
Benji.
close.
I mean, one
See, I
dead
worry.
on.
See, this scares me a little bit. Even though with the smoke here, like the judge is obviously good for farming, but if this gets into the wrong hands, especially with lamps
Where
on
else
this
do you
map,
go with the judge?
I think the judge on the second round could be risky, but he could farm. Oh boy.
It's risky,
He
but
knows.
it's worked, and it's worked so well for Benji. Even allowing Rians to pick up another. He can just back off, give that space, but he's surrounded. Players on each side, smoke on the left. He's isolated and has to take both of these fights at once. That's not easy.
Yeah, I'm
You can see
scared.
the
I'm
result
scared
is
now. It's
as
in the wrong
expected.
hands. The issue is the spike's pretty far away,
Mini
and
Boo
these
looking
smokes
to
go
rain
down
death
relatively
from
soon,
above.
pretty much just after he plants.
They've also got Boo with, honestly, if anyone I want with a Guardian right now, it's him.
One suppressed.
They already know that a player has crossed their way back into lamps. The thing is, again, we know how much can be done by the side of FUT in these sort of scenarios.
Expected this
Swapping
from
places makes sense as
Heretics.
well,
Now they
having
look
that
way
judge
better than I
just fall
thought.
onto lamps,
I
but
didn't think the
practice,
fragging
they're
levels would
looking
be
to
this
clear
high
things from the other angle.
from Boo,
Right
to be
back
honest.
around. I'd have kept it almost a little bit lucky,
Especially with the
that he missed
IGLing.
that one. Could have been caught blind within the corner,
with
but he
Patty
stayed
Tech, to be honest,
holding
standing.
just on the edge of the spike. Needs a
Yeah, got a
miracle
little
and
bit
not
close.
gonna find one.
Did get a little bit close.
Again,
Got a little bit
it will
costly.
be Heretics to
It's
convert
rounds like that. I'm
themselves
not
around
entirely sure
and
if
get
the
up to
judge is
9.
worth it, because I just think in the opposite hands it can be a nightmare.
I don't want to
They'll
hear
take
what
the
Blaze
damage.
has to say after this one. He's going to be...
He's just going to laugh. He's just going to laugh in your face. It's all right. At least there isn't like a little communal area outside all of the caster booths where you're definitely going
to see him. Yeah.
Maybe you can jump.
Oh,
It's
wow.
not that
Look,
far.
look at that. Now, we talked earlier about how even though
Holy.
they were not happy. They were not happy with the level of play that was being brought. That's when they were winning.
That was
Right now,
damn.
little bit of a different energy brought in the backstage, but it's exactly.
Dude,
what you
that's good
expect.
damage,
This
man.
is frustrating
I would
for a
be
team
happy with that.
Has cemented themselves as one of the best in Europe, one of the best in the world, and now Heretics are coming in and performing what is, I mean, an understatement to call it an upset so far. Oh, Miniboo, what are you cooking here? TP into their spawn, push up.
I mean, he
info
got
gathered.
lots
This
of
is just a
info,
late TP. That's so
managed to
far
get
away.
a knife, mosh pit
maybe
out.
Yedajay can hear it. No, I think he's just slightly too far away. Yedajay's even
They,
creating more distance, and
Gamble-
this could get very worrying if Miniboo's actually able to sneak up behind them.
Oi, I like
Oh,
this. It is the Tens Classic.
This is disgusting. Why would they ever check
Oh,
this?
man.
They are insane.
Oh,
If
and
they
it's
Oh,
counted
man.
as well.
Free.
It's
Smokes
free.
down. The timing wasn't quite right though. CNED's still alive and
Now what?
Miniboo's a
Nuisance,
little
though.
trapped,
And he
but
can
he's
just
got a
waste
TP to get
so
out of
much
here.
time,
That's the thing, though.
honestly.
He's also just a nuisance. That's something that's going to be back of their mind the entire round. And they still have to deal with the rest. But Benji caught
Yeah,
out.
Benji not expecting it. Honestly, I think
anybody to be
Benji
that
thought the
far
most
forward.
likely they probably would have been
Yeah, Dejan's
trying to
gonna
find
turn
this guy.
back, but he
Dude, what a
loses life
round.
as well.
His teammate
Miniboo really
TPs
has
over towards
started
here. They're
to
still
come
kind
alive
of,
in this second
they're
half.
still looking for a
Wary of
luck
their
as
own
well.
flank,
They
but
cleared
this
behind
has
now.
just
We need to
become
keep
a
an eye on
game of
Mr.
hide and seek,
Fallon
with
lurking
both
on the
teams being the seekers.
players and showers.
Neither realizing where the other might
Over-
be.
overwhelmed.
Cracks is completely caught, stuck in the corner, but he will
Done, mate.
just about be able to escape. An opponent on the other side, it's labored, but he still manages to win the fight. And both players coming in from the corner. Again, it's some weaker weaponry, but Boo landing the headshot leaves it all onto Mr.
Oh.
Fallon, and he just can't miss.
There's no way. I tell you, the Boo brothers are outrageous. Chad, he's 19 to 5
He will win out that round.
on an
This is
Astra.
absolutely outrageous. Having that 2v2, time on your side, Thrash to play with, positions unknown as well. And coming out on top is Team Heretics. I could watch that back 5 times. I still wouldn't understand how Miniboo gets away with everything he does. Taking down the smokes in the first place, sure. But that TP, I'm 90% sure they heard it. And that shot, it's more
so
ridiculous
clean.
the second time.
Malaxis
so
with the
clean.
Simpsons reference.
Boo is
Respect.
currently 19
Yeah,
kills
he's saying my
and
bad
5
there as well.
on Boo. Like,
He's definitely saying
Isn't
my
that
bad
just
because he
hot?
messed up a little bit with
that's
the
true.
with the beak.
That's true. How is that true, Tom? How?
He is playing out of his mind. He has been in the AIM Lab server the entire time.
Yeah,
we've
he
been away,
looks
it
he looks
seems.
like a
For
god
months in
right now.
there. Surprised his wrists haven't ground down to ash at
And he
this
gets
point.
good info with this one.
Either way, under pressure here. FUT, they've shown comebacks. Think back to Convergence. They were able to turn some pretty big deficits. And Yedajay has found a couple of high-impact kills. Ones that they
This
needed.
round though,
Viper's Pit as well.
yeah,
available,
this
and
round's
he's gonna use it
looking
to lock
looking pretty
down
much
that
done.
defender spawn.
If you're Heretics here, you're up 10-5. I think you can just try and do some
Needs
damage.
something a little bit
Be
luckier,
real
I feel,
patient.
to
Uh-oh.
clear
Wait.
out that spot.
Wait.
Shot by Benji, but he's only got Miniboo alongside him, fighting into that Viper's Pit.
Any
Not
bit of
easy.
damage
They
is
need
strong here.
To find the Vipers. That's
That's madness.
Nice
That's
shot
madness.
Captain. He was emerging.
He heard the drop
from
down,
that
and I
pit
think he
for-
thought he was
for
looking
some
over towards
reason, what
showers.
I'll not be able to understand for quite a while. Benji Fishy caught. That was a risk by Yedajay, but it has most certainly paid off. And with that, we might just have the round secured. Diffusing already halfway. Miniboo. Someone needs to peek him. Someone needs
my,
to
it's
check.
been-
And eventually they will.
Honestly, with how the game's going for
Another
the
round
for the
found for
brothers,
side of
I
FUT.
don't blame him
The
for trying to fool
recovery
that.
begins here.
Yeah, good round from Yedajay. They're coming up big, getting that Viper's Pit. He locks down defense, I guess. At a captain's push was
a nice
mainly
flash.
due to the fact that the spike wasn't planted for them. So it just felt like he needed to get a little bit of extra ground to get some eyes on it. And with his teammates so
Okay,
desperately
I
low,
would be
it kind of makes sense, but
almost
cost
fine
them.
with a Heretics
Even
timeout if
still,
they
though,
wanted to,
this is a
because
fairly
money's
long road
really,
to
really
recovery.
low. They could
Heretics have got
potentially
off to
just
a
win
flyer
now
start again. This
and
time they're
here.
the ones to
1-9 loss
win
bonus
those
for
pistols.
whoever
Oh, I mentioned it, and obviously the
loses.
opposite happens. Boo's now
Well,
at
if
his
they lose,
first of this second half.
Kill Boo, win a round. Okay. He has died 6 times. And FUT have 6 rounds. I
There you
mean,
go. Just kill him. Just
Should
do it.
they
He's in
have-
the TP as
should
well.
they have
You'd even
forced into
maybe
this at
expect this to be a
10-6?
ruse.
Probably
You're not
not, I
expecting someone to
guess.
TP at the beginning of the round. There you go. Like Mr. Vaughn is not ready for that trade to come
Yeah,
through.
just
Keeps things
respect
even
on
at
this.
least for now. And out of captain actually going to decide to get out of there. But Benji had already
How did they open it
aggressed.
with the Yoru?
Oh, that's a
Yoru
decoy
flashed,
put
then
through
walked
as
in?
well. They'll be a
Pretty
little
cool.
bit more confident that the stack is on B, that these players are not defending quite the same way on A, with the same power, the same numbers, but instead, they're wrong. Benji, snake bite in, it's landed, it's headshot the diffuser, in fact, I think. Benji loses his life, gives it up. for what could be a trade. And
he's miles away.
a little bit unfortunate for me.
He's gonna have to take a TP with that. They have Astra ult, so that means the FUT have to play a little bit heavier on the side than they would wanted. This guy's not going to expect him close.
He's forced into a corner. It's not cleared though. And so out of Captain finally takes down Mini Boo, puts an end to the Yoru storyline.
It leaves Boo and Rians one away from a Hunter's Fury, but can't really expect that to be used at this stage.
Lovely
Paranoid
Omen
is
flash.
perfect,
Oh my.
Absolutely perfect. The easiest kill Cnet's ever going to have. Two players completely blind, near sighted.
But Heretics
into a
did
corner.
just eco,
FUT now
so
start that grind back. A long road to recovery, but as said, we saw it when they played Vitality in the off season. They did it in 2 maps back to back. So if you're on the Heretics side, I almost wonder, even if they lose this next round, I might be looking at a pause just to try and stem any bleeding as quickly as possible, because you do not want them to have some momentum. I can tell if there's a Heretics match you're not casting, you're going to be up there with them.
Absolutely.
Unless it's against Enzo.
Oh, that's going to get tough. That's going to get tough, but I want to see my kids fight. Well,
okay, I mean, that's nice.
the B-side is certainly getting a little bit noisy, but well, it's all of ruse
Yeah,
that's ended
pretty
up
good to
burning
bait
up
this one out.
100's Fury.
Only 2 people
They thought
close
maybe
to
they were
double
all
showers.
SIB long, but no. The plan was to take it to
Should
A
we ever
all
doubt
along.
him, I guess?
Yeah,
That was a nice kill from UJ. He's actually having a good couple of
Wouldn't have
rounds.
said that coming into today, but well, things change.
Benji
They
has
know
to
for a
somehow
fact that
stay
Benji
alive.
is around here.
It's
They will
another
not
good
let
Omen
him
flash
breathe.
again.
No moment of solace. No retreat. Flash on. Mini Boo can stay behind the box, so he's nice and safe for now.
Oh,
and he's got
that
the
was nice to
ultimate
get out of
get
there.
on out of there. His teammate's not so lucky. Doesn't want to.
A huge 3-on-3.
If he was to actually
He's
hit,
blinded himself.
doesn't matter. He's nice and safe away in lamps. Well,
He's the only one.
teammates aren't.
Being picked apart still, the 1v2. Not out of his grasp. He's managed to cross over. That might be a bit of a surprise, but now the tap has given things away. Still so
Yeah, and
passive
the
at
money's
this
not
stage
good, so
that
he's gonna
they're not
save
really
on
gonna
this
give
one.
anything for him to
8-10.
fight back into, and FUT again, they're going to continue that rise back into this one. Maybe even going to try and find him on the way back out, but Mini Boo, well, it shouldn't be over peeking, over facing. And again, I expect fairly soon that Heretics are going to take themselves a pause, because the last few rounds have been a lot more brute force. And I have to give credit, like, Ada Captain right now, top of the board, but also 13 assists. And we have seen so many paranoias that, in this attack side especially, have just brutalized players. They haven't been able to do anything.
Yeah, very true. I think, you know, for the side of FUT, especially having CNED on a Neon, you can only imagine as these attacking rounds go on, how dangerous that's going to be. Paranoia goes in, he's sliding after. That trade is going to be found.
Is this online or LAN? I mean, it's online servers because one of the guys has a visa
A
issue.
2-round lead, 3 away from securing their opening series at kickoff. What a
They're in the
phenomenal
studio
statement
together,
that would
but
be
it is online
from the
server for
squad,
this one.
putting them in an incredible situation to push further, deeper into this tournament.
The thing as well, though, is I'm looking at Icebox as a map that I feel like you really don't want to face FUT on. Like, it's one where
Look at your
Jet
phone real
definitely
quick.
still has its viabilities. I feel like you could easily have, like, the KO of Cracks, which we know already is confident in. And we've seen quite a few teams leaning into that Gecko, which they've been fairly happy to play as well. I think it's a map that, if you are going to bring back that Turkish Jet, that will be the one. So I don't want to go anywhere near it. Either way.
Wow.
Especially with how good they've been. It definitely isn't over just yet. FUT haven't made that comeback. But with 3 rounds in a row, as said, it's been their attack side, same on the previous map, that has been the better of the two.
Odin on this map? See, I'm a big Odin fan. This is one, I mean, it's okay.
For Heretics is rough. Benji Fishy not likely to use the
Thing
Viper
is,
pit.
the spam you're talking
This
about, like
round at
this, right?
least, probably
People just
save
hide
for
over
next.
towards this area, so it doesn't get too much. Okay,
Too
Heretics
surprised to see him getting aggressive when you've got
is
these
just a low buy on
weaknesses.
this one. Omen all
So many players waiting. on
doesn't
the
get
other side
stuck,
of
but they
that.
hear the cancel.
Don't think he'll be quite suspecting
And
that.
they are
Smoke
definitely
goes up.
fighting
Now they're
close
looking to
with
take
this
the
one.
space
Your
to think
TP?
about it. The paranoia is
Oh,
in.
Oh
Again,
man,
the value
look
of
how
that
much
is so
util
good.
he ate.
That utility from
Yeah,
FUT
and it's
has
like
been something
every
to write
time
home
if you
about.
look at
Good
the
shot by
pistol, every
Mini
time
Boo,
they've
but
done
that's
this
where it
smoke here, they've been
I
playing
mentioned
in
at
this
the beginning
area,
the
so
triple flash
they definitely
potential. I didn't
need to
expect they'd
make
use the
sure
ball
it's a
at
little
once.
bit more
That was
unpredictable
just
in the
disgusting.
future.
I think it was actually he might have been hit by the knife, but even still, it's just, you got no abilities, you're blinded by 2 different things. You're just stuck in a corner. There was
Nearsighted,
absolutely no hope.
And there's stuff on your screen, so
Yeah.
you can't even see what's close to you. It's tough.
It's a nasty combo. But that's the thing. It's like, in these sort of rounds, FUT are being extra careful. They don't want to give anything over. And CNED, well, if he starts or continues to hit shots like that,
Not bad.
well, the comeback may already be done. 10-9. FUT 4 rounds in a row. But this is the round
Yeah,
that
this is
pause
the
will
big
have
buy
been.
round that you would
Like,
imagine
okay, maybe you
the
gave a
timeout was
small
about
part of
as
it,
well.
like, okay, we could gamble this, but this is ultimately the round where you look at and say, okay, now we have those expectations of what can we change, what can we do? Do we try something a little bit more aggressive? Do we try taking some control away? Because that's something they were quite happily doing in some of the earlier rounds, was maybe fighting for some of that control. But it does again seem like FUT being a little bit more direct.
Oh, this is the same lineup that we saw from the Americas games the other day,
Challenging immediately.
where you
That
can
was
tuck
way
into the
too
corner
close.
over towards here.
I love that idea.
Yeah,
though.
it's nice. They
From
nearly
CNED
punished it
just
though,
going
nearly.
straight in, spamming the angle that you pretty much know he's going to be on, and it was only the bullets missing by a couple of pixels.
Knife over
that
towards
leave
long to see if
Team
anyone's
Heretics
playing
with all this control over
in this
A,
area.
with a position that
Double walk
honestly
showers
FUT are
while
not
they
liking
make
the challenge.
sound
They've
over
tried,
towards
it didn't
hookah.
work. Now it's time to take it elsewhere. And it looks like B site through lamps for now, through hookah rather, is going to be
A weird
play.
round at the
That's what
moment.
they're telling them.
Both
They
the
made some
smokers
noise,
peeking towards
pumped off
showers.
some shots, and now the shift back. You know, I really didn't think they would want to play into this. I wonder how
Yeah,
much
and
they
they
could
get
realistically
good
get
info
done
that they're
if they
both
do
there,
push the
and
Viper's
they
pit.
lose
Now
one
the
of the
other day's
smokers,
down,
and the
though,
other
that
smoker's on
option seems to be
23
gone.
3
Evidently,
HP.
their opponents did see that.
Dude,
They had
I
two
do not
players
like
still
this
at the
round from
backside
them.
of A. They put that down almost as bait. Now they do have themselves the null command on this side. Panatek has to be a little bit more careful with it, and CNED is going straight
Over
through
towards
onto
the side though.
The high pace take, the pre-fire from Rian's not quite going to find anything, and that after plant does look likely.
Nade
No
stops
ultimates to
Lowbro
play
from
with just
planting,
yet,
so they
but
got to
if
plant
Krax is
manually.
the one to actually do the plant, he's not.
What do we got for retake? Astra ult,
Could see him get his
KO.
ult online from a kill though.
There goes the KO ult. There goes the Astra ult.
Well, we've
Oh,
already
it's
seen a number
close.
of
It gives them a
ultimates
little bit of
make it
space.
awkward. It's a seriously heavy play from Team Heretics. Boo using his Cosmic Divide, blocking them out, giving them a tough angle to play with. Mr. Fallen can't get through. Mini Boo could see his head though. Nice return
Mini
by
Boo
CNED, but that
overextended there
defuse
though,
could
and
be
the
on the way.
defuse, they can't
need
hear
to
it,
get
remember?
through that wall and stop
Managed
it.
to... No,
And
okay,
they
they
have
didn't.
not succeeded, not by a long
Dude, it's
shot.
so hard when you actually
That
can't
was
hear it.
right
I
under their
didn't
nose. It was
work
more
out if it
in
was a
their
delay of the
face.
odds or if they
Obviously, when
actually
that divide goes down,
actually
the
killed
defuse
him.
is coming through, but it's
Okay,
also
nice
so
stick on this
difficult
one
to get
again.
back
With the
into
new
the
Astra
Yeah,
update,
it
you
was
just
a change
can't
from a
hear the
while
diffuse,
ago,
so you
but
have
it
no
feels
idea
like
when
a
you can actually
lifetime
send
ago
it.
now that
And
obviously you don't
either
hear
do we.
anything
We have
through
no
the
idea
Cosmic
when
Divide
what's
anymore.
actually
In the
going on.
past, you might have heard the spike tapped or given a little bit extra, but the
muffled
fact is
sound.
now it's nada, it's nothing. So obviously they know that. They needed to make some space, but it's again just this distraction, this dysfunctional Yoru play of just like, I'm going to do the craziest thing you can think of. I'm going to pop your head just with the millimeter that was thrown through. Again, this defensive side, this is what
Recon
I like
over
to see.
towards
That
long
little bit of
B,
extra
spots no one.
aggression,
But it's my
that
nade
ultimate
lineup.
from the
It
last
bounces
round
off
is being
here, and
used
these guys
immediately.
need to work.
And while unfortunately for Miniboo, he's
Wait.
caught the one player
Wait.
he didn't want to. Oh.
What?
I mean, Krax is down, but they can get him back up. Can't even be denied from this side. This is a tough one if you're Team Heretics. They've come in with a good previous
Protect
round
the
and been
president.
shut down
And this, I mean, this was a little bit weird. Heretics get their money reset, so 1-9 on top of this. Definitely just got to save this gun. This money's out of control anyway. It doesn't matter about doing any damage. They just buy for the rest of this potential comeback.
And not many teams have the stopping power to deal with that.
Sometimes it genuinely
don't know if they,
find like a spike rush or something. He's just like,
I don't know if they-
bouncing around the map
I
for
don't know
a
how
little
this
bit.
guy
I'm
got
look-
away
I'm
with
looking
that.
the last guy down.
He shot a bullet as
See if I
well.
can find him. I thought I won't lie. I believed that Cena was going to pop his head while just sprinting. But I just believed that he was still going to find that. Benji trying his best to hold on to the gun. The finances really not great at this stage. Oh, just about managing to dodge it, but Anna Captain will go through that teleport foot.
Yeah, a few people are wrecked money-wise there. They can get like 2 hero guns.
The fact is, the one round that they managed to win was based off a fair few of those ultimates being used. Miniboo at least has the dimensional drift, but for that to be a round-changing ultimate, he's going to have to do something unbelievable.
Yeah, just before then, the guy... Just before then, the guy literally fired a bullet as well, and 3 people were in the range to hear it.
To spot players in the dimensional drift and do something serious. I think this side of
Bucky, Judge, Yoru.
looks really nice.
Over towards here, we've got the Fish ult and
push this
sure,
at least.
CNED's ult, but whatever.
to connecting an OT. Low money on the side of Heretics. Very weak investments. The judge isn't too much of a surprise, especially with the ult in play. But Rienz doesn't have a dimensional drift. He's just insane.
Are they
He's playing
both? Are they
How
both
dare
gonna
you.
win a map by losing both both
I'll
pistols?
say after they've heard that, I
Would
don't know that
be-
they're going to want to come anywhere
I don't think
near
I've
this
seen that.
position.
To be honest, if it was a judge, I'd agree. With a Bucky, I'm almost like, if I'm CNED, which obviously I'm not, I'm just like, oh, I'll take him. Rienzi's got to fall back. I think probably already spotted towards the
Yeah,
corner.
and if they
Boo
send it out,
is
we're just gonna
get
have
caught. The
judges
thing
for
is that the
retakes.
game doesn't last a mass amount of time.
Wait,
Oh, what is
that is
from
the hero
Benji?
gun. Getting
A real
2, and
chance
Patty
to
Tech should
actually
probably
take
go
this
pick one of
now.
them
One
up.
of the rifles in, and a captain. The flash is solid, but no one really goes off the back
Bucky
of it.
again, left
And the
click
Bucky's
completely
managed to find
broken,
a
to
kill.
be honest. Right
That's
click,
CNED. Look
awful.
at the spike.
It's out. Look at the
And
spike.
then look
If
at
it
this,
managed to
spike
get
over
past
towards
it,
B. Do
I
they
thought
still
CNED would
realize
go
this
to the
guy's
TP,
over
but
towards
he's
site, or are they
going
gonna
outside. This guy's
over...
crazy. He's insane.
Okay, massive.
It's worked out. He's
Massive
bought them time.
1v2.
Maybe he thought he had a flank. Maybe they knew
Well,
the rotate
not
was
even
coming through.
that, yeah.
Anything like
I
that.
think maybe he just expected, okay, at least a couple of them will know this has gone the other way at this point, so I'll try and do as much damage as possible. Now it's left. All onto Mr.
He
Farland.
missed the TP.
The IGL, we know that he can lead by example at times. He needs to try and find this, but already spotting out one of the players. I think he will have heard the footsteps of both, though. Definitely at this stage, there should be the information that both players are here, and he's tried to bait them into going the other way on that wraparound, looking to come in from behind. A chance against the first.
Damn, Mini Boo. Oh man, Mr. Fallon is
Heretic
furious
will
with
make
that
it
one
to
as
draw
well.
once
Mini
again.
Boo
Run
has,
away
I mean,
from an
he
upset
had
in that
4
first
kills
matchup.
on the first attack.
Unbelievable.
I say first
With
attack.
2 chances
On
to
attack.
close it out, and having just
How many
one
kills has he got now?
off the back of, well, nothing. You know, they had a Bucky
They've done
get a
this
kill
so
that
many
round.
times.
It's getting ridiculous at this point, even despite.
Yeah, it's a nice try in the
really
2v4.
putting up his best fight. You see it in the end, right after the round finishes.
Damn.
It's looking at Krax's face. He is shocked. He is stunned by what they're witnessing.
All right,
by
2
what
chances
they're
to close this
experiencing
one
on the other
out.
side
And
of that stage.
yeah, man.
This is ridiculous. We have Rienz at
Heretics
home,
coaches
and
get a
he's-
chance
he's
to
not doing
talk as
too
well.
great, but he's putting together the pieces.
The thing I love about this is it genuinely gives me vibes of like a dad watching their son play football. It's just go on, son, go on, and just screaming his heart out every time. Neil's having a great time at the moment.
But look as well at the fact that, you know, I'm talking about Rienz. He's doing his job, filling the role. Krax is really struggling. A lot of assists there, a lot of damage
Yeah.
done, a lot of hitting knives, you know. But this is not the face of Krax on KO,
No.
especially that we get to see.
He's
And I don't
a
think
top fragger a lot of the time. Even again,
Yeah.
look back to the off season, he would play KO and he would drop 20 kills. Like, and
Absolutely.
it's consistent. Like that's not like me going, oh yeah, sometimes here and there. No, it was like he was either the top fragger or CNED was getting 30 kills and then he was second. Like,
Yeah.
that's normally the way it goes. But he has had an uncharacteristic quiet performance, and it is noticeable. It is
I think
noticeable.
you have to put
20.
that down to how Heretics are
16
playing here.
kills
You know, the
on-
fact is, they were not
on
expected
defense.
to bring the pack this much of a punch coming
No.
into today. And I imagine for FUT, the adaptations they're
Kinda
having to make, I mean,
outrageous, to
they
be
are
honest.
constantly on the back foot.
Also,
this
it's
It's the
series.
same thing as
How many
well.
kills
It's
did Mini Boo
the
have
it's
in
the
first
brothers.
half? Was it 4?
Okay, 2 chances.
Mini Boo,
We'll circle it a
4,
couple
yeah,
of
it
times
was double
with
the
few
numbers.
FNS.
He's done alright in the second
And
half.
I think
oi,
Krax total
oi,
was
oi.
total.
20.
That
That's
is
not bad. Yeah,
a
decent.
straight
Not
up
lose up for
shutdown.
another. He's already opened it up. CNED again. His one-on-one opening duels with CNED have been crazy. That wall's going to drop. Benji fishing up close. 30 HP, but some value can be found.
He's
It's
won
Boom
it
that
again.
finds it instead.
kid's too
It's-
good.
Honestly,
The
the
IGL,
guy's
man.
got no initiating utility. He's got something coming in there. Again, a great assist from Patty
Good
Tech, but
flash.
it just shouldn't happen. Patty Tech on another. Things are looking very good for Heretics to close this out here and now. Krax, who's had, as we said, uncharacteristically quiet game, is now going to be relied on with the spike carrying into the site. He's dropped Boo. Patty Tech's
2v4.
fallen. Do they expect
1
the second
HP
player
for
here?
you,
The flash
TJ.
will give it away. Mini Poo, they now know that he's here. Decoy gone out. It's through the wall. They'll shoot it. They'll break it. They knew that he was behind, but
Ah,
couldn't
man, this
react in
repositions
time.
the one, though,
drone
right?
coming out
They
from
focus
spawn
on the
gives them
drone. We
all
still
the
have a
information.
recon.
At this moment, FUT know where both of their opponents
Is
are.
he
They
trying to
need
be
make
too
a
smart by
decision.
going all the way around
Going to the
showers?
TP means crossing Mini Poo. Not a wise decision, especially when Yedijay's
And that's
1
the high
HP.
HP.
And now that final tick of health is all that stands between Team Heretics and taking their opening series, starting this year in a way that's evaded them on stage time and time again since this roster was put together not that long ago.
He gets
Hell
all.
of an opening to the
Is this
VCT
shock?
season, and hell of a start for Yedijay. If he can, first of all, dodge those shock darts, and now close
There's
out
another
the
one.
game.
Okay, holy hell.
From Rienz, close closes
I was
it
not
out.
expecting this. 2-0.
The man that may not be at home. The fact is, though,
They win
he
Lotus
wasn't
with
the
no
star of
pistols,
the show today.
and they win Bind with both pistols.
You better watch out. What can you do? The brothers Boo are coming for you, because it's been an insane performance from them today. Both of them 1 and 2.